When the pandemic hit in 2020, prices soared, jobs vanished, and suddenly, frugal living wasn't optional anymore. Enter Dave Ramsey, the king of anti-debt wisdom. His old-school advice is making a 2025 comeback, and for good reason. Take Megan, a 29-year-old designer from Seattle. When gas prices spiked and her rent went up, she felt stuck. But after listening to one of Dave's podcasts, she decided to try his frugal living habits. The results surprised her. Now, in 2025, as inflation rises and cost of living fears grow, Dave Ramsey's old-school rules are making a modern comeback. But are they still relevant in today's economy? Megan's story and these 7 surprising habits say yes. Let's break down what actually works today, starting with one surprising entertainment detox that saved her hundreds. Number 1. The Netflix Purge, Dave Ramsey's frugal living rule for entertainment. Dave Ramsey has always been clear about one thing. If you want to save money, you need to cut things you don't really need, especially entertainment. In his words, you don't need to be entertained every second. Today, that's harder than ever. The average household now pays for 5 to 7 streaming services: Netflix, Disney+, HBO Max, Hulu, Prime Video, and the list keeps growing. That can easily add up to over $100 a month. Megan, our 29-year-old designer from Seattle, realized she was paying for shows she never watched. So she tried something bold, a 30-day entertainment detox. Just the basics. At first, it felt strange, but soon, she started borrowing movies from the library, going to free concerts in the park, and spending more time with friends. Her screen time went down, and her bank balance went up. Dave's point isn't to make life boring, it's to spend with purpose. That's why Megan now rotates just one streaming service a month and saves over $1,000 a year. You don't have to cancel everything forever. Just pause, reset, and choose what truly adds value. Number 2. Depression-era grocery strategy that's saving people thousands in 2025. Back in the 1930s, during the Great Depression, families had to make every dollar stretch. They used everything they bought, wasted nothing, and found creative ways to feed their families with very little. Dave Ramsey often talks about this mindset. He says, you don't need fancy food. You just need food that fits your budget. In 2025, food prices are still high, and many people are looking for ways to cut back. That's what Megan did. She turned her kitchen into a zero-waste budgeting zone, cutting expenses and reclaiming control. First, she made a rule: use what you already have before buying more. She started planning meals based on what was in her pantry and freezer. Then she used free apps like Supercook that show you recipes based on what ingredients you already own. She also began shopping just once a month. It helped her avoid impulse buys, saved gas, and reduced food waste. She even started keeping a zero-waste shelf in her fridge to remind herself to eat leftovers and older items first. The results? She cut her grocery bill from $650 to just under $350 a month, and she's eating better than before. You don't have to go hungry. Just shop smart, cook with purpose, and treat food like money because it is. Number 3. Drive it like you hate car payments. Ramsey's debt-free car rule. Dave Ramsey is clear about cars. Never have a car payment. He says, the only thing worse than a new car is the new car loan. And he's right. Car loans have become a trap for many people. Today, the average monthly car payment is over $700. That's a huge chunk of money. Megan used to drive a brand new SUV. It looked great, but the $650 monthly payment, insurance, and gas were draining her wallet. After hearing Dave say, pay cash for your car, even if it's not pretty, she made a tough choice. She downsized to a used 2008 Honda CR-V, paid in full, no debt, no regrets. Her friends laughed at first, but she now saves over $400 every single month. No payments, lower insurance, less stress. Dave's advice still works. Cars go down in value fast, but your peace of mind shouldn't. You don't need a fancy car. You need one that runs, is paid for, and lets you keep your money where it belongs, in your wallet. Number 4. Renting with intention. How living below your means builds wealth. Dave Ramsey believes owning a home is great, but only when you're truly ready. He says, don't buy a house just because everyone else is. In 2025, with high interest rates and expensive home prices, renting can actually be the smarter choice. Megan used to feel embarrassed about renting. Her friends were buying homes, and she felt like she was falling behind. But after learning from Dave, she saw renting in a new way. Instead of rushing to buy, Megan found a small, affordable apartment close to her work. She didn't try to impress anyone. She focused on saving. By living below her means, she saved over $10,000 in 1 year. She also saved time and money on gas because she could walk to her job. Dave's advice is simple: rent with a plan. Don't rent just to get by, rent to get ahead. Use the extra money to pay off debt, build an emergency fund, and save for the future. Today, Megan sees her rental as a smart financial step, not a failure. Renting isn't a waste of money. It can be a powerful tool if you use it wisely. Live small now so you can live big later. Number 5. Digital envelope budgeting. Dave Ramsey's cash method reimagined. One of Dave Ramsey's most famous tips is the envelope system. It's simple. You take cash, put it in envelopes labeled for different things, like groceries, gas, or eating out, and when the envelope is empty, you stop spending. But in 2025, most people don't carry cash. So, how do you use the envelope method today? You go digital. Megan started using an app called Good Budget, which works just like physical envelopes, but on her phone. She also tried You Need a Budget, another popular budgeting app. Each month, she divided her money into categories: groceries, rent, fun, etc., and tracked every dollar. When her eating out envelope ran out, that was it. No more takeout until next month. It was hard at first, but it taught her discipline and control. Dave's idea still works today because it makes your money feel real. Whether it's cash or digital, when you see the money leaving, you think twice before spending. Budgeting doesn't have to be old-fashioned. With the right app, you can follow Dave's envelope system and stay on track without carrying a single dollar bill. It's not about rules, it's about giving every dollar a job. Number 6. Decluttering the debt culture. Using the snowball method in 2025. Debt isn't just about money, it's also about stress and pressure. Dave Ramsey calls debt a thief that steals your future. His solution? The debt snowball method. Pay off your smallest debt first, then move to the next one, building momentum as you go. Megan had credit cards, a personal loan, and old student debt. It felt overwhelming, but she followed Dave's advice and made a list, from smallest to largest. Each time she paid one off, she felt lighter, like she was cleaning up her life. But she added a new twist. Every time she paid off a debt, she also decluttered her digital life. She unsubscribed from shopping emails, deleted store apps, and even left some social media groups that made her want to spend. This helped her stop emotional shopping and stay focused. Her mind felt as clear as her budget. In 2025, debt is everywhere, but more people are realizing they don't have to live that way. Dave's wisdom still holds. You don't need more credit. You need more focus. Clear your debt, clear your mind, and take back your peace. Number 7. Living below your emotions. The hidden habit behind stealth wealth. Dave Ramsey often says, you can't out-earn stupid. What he really means is that no matter how much you make, bad money habits can still leave you broke, especially when you spend based on your emotions. Megan learned this the hard way. After a tough breakup, she bought a $600 espresso machine to cheer herself up. It worked for a day, but the regret lasted much longer. That's when she started budgeting her emotions, not just her money. Before buying anything expensive, she would wait 48 hours and ask herself, am I sad, bored, or just trying to feel better? She also started using a simple tracker in her Notion app to write down how she felt before and after every impulse purchase. Over time, she noticed a pattern and started saying no more often. Dave's advice is clear. Think with your brain, not your feelings. That's the real power of living below your emotions. You don't have to stop spending completely, but learning why you spend is the first step to taking control. True wealth isn't about income. It's about making choices with a clear mind and a calm heart. Dave Ramsey's frugal habits aren't just about saving pennies. They're about living with purpose and being intentional with every dollar. In today's noisy, fast-spending world, choosing to live simply is powerful. It's not about being cheap. It's about having freedom, peace, and control. These 7 habits may seem small, but together, they build a life where money works for you, not against you. Because in the end, frugal living isn't about restriction. It's about choosing what matters most and letting go of the rest. Which of these habits do you follow or want to try first? Drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more frugal living videos, stealth wealth hacks, and financial freedom strategies.